Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Yinzer Brothers podcast. I am TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and once again, you are in the presence of the Yinzer Bros. Today's podcast is the Steelers-Buffalo's pregame show. We'll be breaking down all the good things that will be happening this Sunday evening against the mighty Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. Again, it's a pretty tough game. Buffalo is not a slouch, Tim.
No, they're good, dude. I told you, I thought they were going to lose this game beforehand. Now they have everybody hurt. Stress eating again.
You're stress eating now. And it's like, technically it's Thursday night and we got till Sunday. By Sunday, who knows what your sugar content's going to be by Sunday? It's going to be a lot. What do you do? What are you doing? What's that? Little Vicks? Clear the passageways? Is that what that is?
This is called Calm Response Essential Oil.
Oh, you're on essential oils now.
It's supposed to calm me.
Does it work?
No.
It doesn't work. It's supposed to calm you. Well,
we'll see what happens. I'm supposed to calm me. I'm going to start using it. It's supposed to calm me down.
That would be great. Holy cow, if that works. Good night. Melissa could buy stock in that company, huh?
Supposed to calm me down. Supposed to calm me down.
So Steelers have a mighty task in front of them. We got Buffalo this week. What are your initial thoughts about the game?
Not good, TJ. Not good at all. Not good at all.
What makes you nervous about the Bills?
Their quarterback.
He was the AFC Player of the Month, I believe.
He's good at football. They have good offensive weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They have the good Edmonds brother.
They got the one of the three, the good one of the three, huh?
They have the good Edmonds brother. Their defense is playing better.
But now, did you notice too?
We got to go to Buffalo.
Real. So we got two Watts boys.
Yeah.
Now TJ's he's a stud.
Yeah.
Derek, little suspect. And then we got the other trio. We had two of the three.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is the one Edmonds? Is he still in the practice squad?
I don't know.
I mean, who would pick him up from the practice squad? Nobody touch him, right? So we're not doing.
Jay, they wouldn't pick him up at Woodland Hills High School.
It's true. We're not doing well in the whole like brothers categories, are we? I mean, don't get me wrong. Derek is fantastic on those, those Subway commercials. I think he's hysterical.
He's a good special teams player. And TJ, how can you say they don't use him? They don't. Yeah. What do you want to do?
I watched him miss a block on Sunday.
Okay. So, I watch Eric Guerrero miss 30 blocks every Sunday.
You do, but at least he can catch the ball. I don't know if Derek.
Excuse me?
I don't know if Derek.
Wait. What did you wait? Let's do.
Well, Ebron can still catch. He catches a few.
Captain Paddlehands. Let me. What you said, and I know Marky Mush said it. About the whole Ben Roethlisberger not playing. I heard it. Somebody say one of the coaches. I think Fitchner said it.
He did.
Ben getting the. Okay, I'm going myself. Okay. Me.
I get a little uptight there, Tim.
Me, I believe you're in the NFL. There's no excuse. No excuse.
I agree. No excuses.
But if we take you, we take Fitchner, we take Marky Mush's belief that Ben needs to get with these guys more. What does that say about Mason Rudolph? If that dude's throwing, he must be throwing Nerf balls to these dudes if they can't catch the ball.
Yeah.
I put this all on Jerkface. It's all Jerkface's fault.
It probably
That's why they're dropping passes.
It probably is. You're probably right. I think it's. Let's just be real. Is Rudolph our future?
He better not be. Oh, my feet.
Rudolph
better not be.
No, he can't be the future.
So back to the game. I just had to go through that rant because I'm kind of going to myself. I'm going. I mean, what is he? Is he throwing balloons to these receivers? Is Ben's ball that much harder than Mason's Rudolph?
I don't
practice.
Or I think we're talking about timing. I think it's just coming out. I think Ben's got he's got a cannon compared to he throws the ball hard.
I think this is the problem that Mason's always had. This is why he sucks. Ben will put the ball on their receivers when they're not even out of their break yet. Mason, he has to wait until he sees somebody open, then he throws the ball. That's why he sucks.
You're right.
I keep calling him jerk face. He doesn't get his name back until he does something.
Yeah,
he'll never get his name back.
I agree. Hopefully we don't see him this year, so he's got to prove himself again.
humming oil. This thing isn't working at all.
And
You
you
know,
get your money back. That's just get your money back.
But no, Buffalo gets me nervous, man. And you got to go up to that god awful
It's a terrible stadium.
upstate New York.
Have you ever been up there?
I've been to Niagara Falls. Is that close? How close is that to Buffalo?
It is. I mean, but so it's like.
I mean, the Niagara Falls sucks. If you ever been to the Niagara Falls, the U.S. side compared to the Canadian side, you look across the Canadian side, it looks like a sticking carnival. You're like, well, this is incredible. There's a Ferris wheel. There's all types of stuff. I'm sitting on the U.S. side. I'm going, there's just a bunch of Indian restaurants around here. This sucks. In a casino.
Right. Yeah. No, you're totally right. Now, Buffalo. So Buffalo, basically, the stadium's in a neighborhood. When I went there a few years ago with my two brother-in-laws, we went there. Buffalo had to beat us to get in the playoffs. So we're walking up there, and they've got, like, I'm not making this up. There's bonfires on the parking lot, just right there on. It's just nuts. It looks like something from the Thunderdome. It's absolutely crazy. And we go in there, and it's a pretty rough stadium. That was the year they needed to win. We ended up beating them, and we had this running back I never heard of named Willie Parker. He ran all over him. I don't know. Buffalo, again, weather, you could get some inclement weather. I don't know. But again, they've got a really good offense this year. The defense doesn't scare me a ton. It doesn't.
Their defense the past two games have been pretty good.
Yeah.
And their defense last year was a top 5 defense, TJ. I think they're getting a lot of players back. Mm-hmm. I think they're starting to round on the form at the right time. So
it may be. I mean, right now they're in the mid-20s. So I mean, they're in the high to mid.
I understand. But you look at their last couple of games, they've been playing pretty good ball.
Let's be real too. San Francisco, they're not like the beasts of the West.
No, but I mean, they're not bad. They can run the ball down your throats. You know,
well, they can run. But I don't think they're super. And they didn't beat them going away. I mean, it was a decent game. You know, I think you're. I mean, obviously Buffalo is a good team, but you know, Buffalo, they've been known to drop the ball too. I mean, they've lost some games that have been interesting. Again, they had some heartbreakers. We'll see. I don't know.
It's. I don't think it's so much. I hate to say this. I don't know if it's so much Buffalo that scares me, but it's the fact that Steelers scare me. Does that make any sense? I mean, it just their defense is starting to get decimated. Mm-hmm. When you bring in a guy named Cash, they got a Cassius, TJ
Cassius Marsh,
TJ. That dude has Anthony Chickalo DNA just going through his veins.
He does.
He's on the list. And I haven't even seen him play in a Steeler uniform yet. Just put it that way.
Yeah. He may, no, I agree with you. We're getting kind of thin. And then we hear today that, Vince Williams goes on the COVID-19 list.
They're going to be, I don't know who else they got Avery Williams. Whatever. I don't know who else they have, the middle linebacker.
It's probably going to be Marcus Allen.
Good God. Oh boy.
I mean,
he's number 26. He's number the guys that suck, all I know is their numbers. He's 27, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
So let's talk about the Steelers offense, because obviously that's a problem.
Oh, yikes.
Let's talk about the Steelers offense. They did not have a juggernaut showing against the Washington football team. Now, Washington, I mean, granted, they got a decent defense. TJ, their defense isn't scrubs.
Can we just watch I don't want to talk about the Washington game because I just don't want to talk about it because I'm getting mad. The blood is starting to boil again.
It was a terrible game. It was a bad game. All around bad.
All I keep picturing is that stupid tackle tripping over his feet.
It was bad. And then did you see the NFL's response about that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Where they're like, yeah, the clock should have kept running, and these guys didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I saw it.
Don't you love when the NFL does that? They say, sorry, we screwed up.
Yeah, they should be saying, hey, sorry, we're screwing up. Everybody and their mother has COVID rampant across our league. We just don't care.
Yeah, that's true. So look at our offense. I mean, obviously, Ben cannot throw 50 times again this game. He just can't do that. We can't.
TJ, what makes you think he's not?
Well, right now, again, the only thing that would force him out of that is if they start to realize people are starting to get onto their game plan.
TJ, we have been saying this every week for, I don't know, 8 weeks. Ben can't throw it 40, 50 times. And he gets into I'm starting to think that Ben is pulling every string. He's the emperor. It doesn't matter. It's seriously. They he's going to throw it as many times as he wants, and nobody's going to say anything to him.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I think we're stuck with this until he's done.
Yeah, I mean, because truthfully, I remember having Le'Veon Bell.
Hmm?
They still threw the ball a bazillion times.
That's true.
And you had an all-world back.
That's true.
I just don't see. I don't know. I would be. They need to run the ball, or they're just not. It's not going to work.
So how different do you think is the Washington game if they don't say they drop maybe a third of those passes?
Oh, it's different. It is. It's different. It's different. I mean, it's different. You probably. I think maybe you win that game.
Yeah.
I think if you convert on the 4th and 1, you win that game.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But yeah, you got to catch the ball. I agree. You got to catch the ball, but I still don't think Washington's a good team.
Mhm.
I just don't.
I don't think they are either.
This will be a test because if you can't run the ball against good teams, here's my what I'm envisioning. The teams that I saw play Kansas City close has ran the ball against them.
Yeah, because they control the clock. Yeah,
you got to control the clock against these good teams when you get in the playoffs. If you don't, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
You're going to lose.
I mean, we do get Connor back. That helps us. I mean, that gives us another runner in the stable. I think if we had Connor last game, we get those. We score in the goal line. I don't see Benny Snell running with that type of aggression yet.
I'm asking myself, is it time to change the line? When I say trying to change the line, I'm talking about maybe bringing Filer back into taking Filer, putting him back out to a tackle like he was last year.
He's a better tackle than he is a guard.
Sitting Chooks down.
Mm-hmm.
You bring Dotson in, let him play guard. Mm-hmm. You have him on the upside, and you kind of go with that. I don't know. I mean, they're just.
What's the status of Pouncey?
I thought he was off the COVID list.
I have not heard anything. I don't know. I hope he's off the COVID list.
I think he is.
I hope he is because that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I mean, he calls a lot of the
COVID list.
He is good. He calls a lot of the blocking assignments.
But I did see Chase Claypool. He did practice his illness today.
Yeah, he went. Hey, you know what? That just means maybe Washington gets a little bit more time out there. It seems like Washington's competing more with Johnson than with Claypool.
And I know, but that drives me bananas because Deontay's he's their best receiver. I don't care what anybody says. He's their best receiver. Mm-hmm. He catches the ball. That dude is a mix between AB and Santonio
Holmes.
Santonio Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
He's a mixture of it. He has moves like Santonio Holmes, and he has moves like AB. He's their best receiver. He has to catch the ball.
He does. But he's young too. What's his second year?
Yeah, second year.
So what do you think? What do you think the offense has to do? Run the ball? What else?
You need a game where our line controls their defensive line. They manhandle their line and just punch them in the mouth. Hmm. Yeah, that's to me. You got to get some type of play action. They have no play action game, TJ. None.
If you can't run the ball, you don't have play action.
Exactly. And what's happening now is people are just. I mean, how many of these? Truthfully, when you're looking at Ben, you've looked at the past 3 games. How many of his throws have been like? Have you seen anything over the middle for more than like, I don't know, 5 to 7 yards?
Yeah.
You don't see anything.
2 seconds and out. That's it.
Everything you see deep to the outside. Mm-hmm. You're not seeing them, freeze those because the linebackers aren't respecting anything.
Yeah.
So you can't. I'm sure they're running combination routes, and Ben's just checking down to their guys right in front of the linebackers because those linebackers aren't, reading or doing anything with the play. Now, has it anything to do with them being in shotgun 90% of the time? I don't know.
Yeah.
You got to do something. You have to do something to try to start some type of running game to get a play action game going. You have to.
I agree. I think we got to be committed to that this week. I agree with you 100%. We got to definitely put points on the board. I did hear that Boswell seems like he's going to be back, which is good. That helps us. Who's your offensive player to watch in the game?
Gosh darn it, man. It has to be Connor. It has to. For me, it has to be Connor. I mean, yeah, it's if I sit there and I think they're going to win, it has to be James Conner.
I think that's a good pick. I would say this. I think they're going to see. I hate Tomlin was pretty vocal this week about if you're dropping the ball, you're sitting on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So I think hopefully it'll sharpen these guys up. I think you're going to see a decent game out of Juju.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I feel like he's going to maybe he'll have 2 or 3 TDs, and we'll see. Let's talk about the deep. What?
It's tough for me to pick Juju because Buffalo has one of the best corners in the game, and I think he's going to be locked up on Juju the whole entire game.
Who do you put your best corner on?
Me?
Yeah.
If it's me, I'm putting it on Deontay Johnson, but majority of teams are going to probably put it on Juju.
If it's me, I'm putting it on Johnson too. Juju's probably third on my list. He's probably third. Well, let's talk about the Steeler defense. I mean, obviously the defense is beat up pretty bad. Spillane, we could not have him for a few weeks actually.
I mean, unless his knee is torn up, he needs to play because he's never going to be able to play again. He is living his dream out right now. He needs to tape it up, shoot it up, do whatever he can, drag it on out there and get out there.
I'll tell you what, I didn't realize how. I mean, he's a pretty put together dude, man. I didn't realize how strong he was.
TJ, I mean, he is your typical. I mean, I don't know if he's a time, but he looks like it. He just looks like he's taken 49,000 blows to the head.
He's got that Rocky Balboa thing going on, huh?
He does. I mean, when you see dudes like that he doesn't wear a neck roll because his neck is just like that. That's all he does in the weight room is just he's doing neck. You don't see many people just doing neck exercises for hours. He's doing neck exercises for hours.
He's a throwback, baby. He's a throwback.
He's doing that thing where you put the thing on your head and with the weights. He's doing it for, some people may do it for 4 or 5 minutes. He's repping that for an hour and then he's doing legs for 20 minutes. He's building his neck up. We're smashing his face against stuff.
Now, I did hear that it looks like Nelson will be back, but still Joe Hayden hasn't practiced yet.
I told TJ, Joe Hayden's 47 years old. If I got a concussion right now, you might as well, if you look at a calendar, you might as well, you see the X's, you might as well exit out till at least February 4th. Because Melissa's going to have to wake me up every 15 minutes for a month and a half to make sure I don't fall asleep and die.
That's probably right. Now, let me ask you a question. If you had to pick one corner to get back, Hayden or Nelson, who's the guy?
Well, now I've told you this in the past. I think Nelson is their most underrated player. He may be the most underrated player on the team.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right.
I think Nelson's a top 5 cornerback.
Yeah.
That being said, he's probably going to get smoked for 400 yards by that little twerp. What's that little white twerp they got in Buffalo over there? What's his name? The one that raps. I don't know what his name is.
I don't know. I know who you're talking about.
He's probably toasted by him for 400 yards. I'm going to be sitting there going, hey, here we go.
Let's hope not. Oh, gosh. Let's hope not. So who's your defensive player to watch?
My defensive guy to watch. Golly, man. Dude, I don't know, man. I guess I'm kind of curious whoever they're going to be. I do think because Avery's going to be playing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I also think 27 is going to be playing a lot in the nickel.
I agree.
And for them to have a big game against Stuffing, I think 27 responsible is going to be stinking Allen to make sure he doesn't run.
Yeah.
So, God, he sucks. I can't believe I'm saying this. I think 27 is going to have. No, I've scratched that. He can't have a good game. He stinks. I'm gonna say the player of the game for me is we'll say Avery Williamson. We'll say 51. He sucks too, but they have no other option. I think he has to step up and he has the dot on. Yeah.
I mean, that's a concern too. He's got the dot and he's just learning I mean, our system's similar to Tennessee's, but I mean, he's just learning everything. I'm going to say, I'm going to go with Hilton again. I think Hilton is going to be that the factor. I think he's the one that he's hard to account for. He was everywhere last week. Gosh, he was everywhere. When he's in there, boy, he's fierce.
I will say this too, but you know what? No, I'm going to change my mind. Here's the one reason I'm going to change my mind. I saw a clip today from one of their linemen saying, "Hey, these are the players we got to watch," or whatever. He said, of course, you got to look after Watt, you got to look after Tuitt, and you got to look at Chandler or something like that. Just because he flubbed up Cam Hayward's name, I think Cam Hayward's going to have a monster game. For some golfers, I could see him just using that for motivation and him just tormenting them the whole entire game. Cam Hayward's my guy.
I have no problem with that. That'd be good.
He's my guy. Right. I'm picking him.
Cool.
What am I thinking? 20. I went from 27 to 51. I might as well just pick 34. For God's sake.
Might as well. You might as well. Let's open up the Yinzer mailbag. What is the Yinzer mailbag? It's when you, the fan, get to ask us, the Yinzer brothers, anything you want. You can talk to us about the Steelers. You can talk to us about endorsements. You can talk to us about, your poodle. We don't care. We're such a national podcast. We're here for the fan. We're here to help you. If you got a question, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com, yinzerbros@gmail.com. And again, if you're lucky enough, you may get your question read on the Yinzer Brothers podcast. This is from your buddy Mark. He says, "I hope you boys have recovered from the Monday debacle." Yeah. 5 o'clock. That was a JV schedule again.
That took me a while, man. I mean, I was just getting over it like yesterday, last night, and then I got like somebody tweeted me something, and I saw red again for hours.
Yeah, I do like how he tagged this. He says, "On the bright side, you're not a Bears fan." You talk about a dumpster fire. Chicago stinks. Bears are a dumpster fire.
That team stinks, man. They stink.
They are a dumpster fire. Again, Mark had some things. He asked, how many throws does Ben have left? He has something like 600 attempts so far this year, which is probably right.
He's got to be close, man. I mean, I think he's had like 200 the past like 3 games.
Yes, he's basically like a video game. He's like a guy in a video game right now.
I mean, his arm, it's got to be hurting, TJ. I mean, those ligaments got to be screaming right about now. TJ, I run 3 miles and my ligaments are screaming. He's putting his arm through a marathon every game. His ligaments got to be just hanging on like by this. Probably like,
oh, it's bad. I don't know. It's bad. It says we haven't seen Ben too many rolling pockets this year. Of course you haven't, because he's 100.
When the hell have you ever seen Ben in a rolling pocket?
I think Mark's watching it wrong. He's watching.
I think Mark is drinking. What is he watching?
I don't know.
Does he think that he is like Deshaun Watson? Ben doesn't move.
No, he doesn't.
He's making. What's the next question? Why isn't Ben utilizing the read option? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's not that was never part of Ben's game. He wants to know if you've already bought your number 11 jersey.
He's got to do something. I don't know. Last game he got dropsies too. I mean, you got to give me. You got to. Half a year not to get to Tim's heart. We have to be a regular. I think he's hitting. He is hitting the rookie wall.
It's hard to get into Tim's heart unless you're a cookie or a pastry. I mean, what's the road to Tim's heart?
Next question.
Oh, here's a good question. Talk about Cassius Marsh. What are your thoughts about Cassius Marsh?
Again, that dude. I'm actually starting to think that it's actually Anthony Chickalo. They just changed his name because this dude. I saw clips from. I mean, he has Anthony Chickalo DNA running everywhere through him. Like I said, I took a double take. I'm going, this dude, Anthony Chickalo, they're just trying to put one over on the old Tim Harris over here.
No.
I'm going, this dude,
let's just be real. If he was any good, we wouldn't be plucking him off. Where'd we get him, like off the Indianapolis practice squad or something?
I just don't understand. Like, wouldn't you rather have Clay Matthews off the street than this guy? Like this guy's Anthony Chickalo. He is Anthony Chickalo.
Well, maybe Clay Matthews, maybe they know something about him we don't know. Like maybe he's like Thor, like in Endgame. Maybe he's just sat on a.
I don't even care if he's fat. I don't care if Clay Matthews has 2 arms. I saw this dude, a couple clips of him. I'm going, this dude, this dude may be worse than Anthony Chickalo.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm just saying. I'm looking at this guy like, whoa, I've seen this movie before, and it didn't end well.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Couldn't believe it. I saw, like, it's the first thing I did. I'm going, whoa, man. Because when the Steelers do something, you're kind of like, they know something that I don't know. And I'm going, oh, this is, I got a little excited. I got a little tingle. I was like, let me see something on this dude. I was like, ooh, maybe we got a little diamond in the rough. And I saw this dude. I'm going, is that Anthony Chickalo?
Yeah, there's no diamond in the rough there.
This dude, he has the same moves as Anthony Chickalo.
He does. What are Anthony Chickalo's signature moves, Tim?
Get absolutely dominated by a tackle.
It's not easy to have that happen every play.
I mean, he gets dominated by tackles. He gets dominated by tight ends. I mean, Ebron would eat his lunch. And Ebron doesn't block anybody. I can get around Ebron. I'm going to get around anybody. I just got to do one of these. And I'm right past Ebron. Not Anthony Chickalo. Anthony Chickalo and this dude is going to put their face right into their chest and just run into them.
Chickalo's bad.
I mean, this dude had TJ. I mean, did you see any clips of this dude?
I did. He's not very good.
Does he not have Chickalo DNA?
He does.
I did. I took a double crap. I'm going.
He may be a half a step slower than Chickalo.
I'm like, this dude is just Anthony Chickalo with tats. That's all he is.
He's pretty bad. So what were your thoughts about Highsmith? Did you like his performance?
No.
No.
No. I didn't like it at all. I mean, but what are you going to do? Why didn't Olaf, or what his name play? His name 92. What's his name? Oli?
Adene or whatever. Adene?
Olaf. I'm just calling him Olaf from now on. Why didn't he play?
Well, I think he's a liability in coverage too. I don't think he's good with coverage.
Really, TJ? We're really. I just saw a running back have 47 catches against us as a liability in coverage. You got to be kidding me. Liability in coverage. Get out of here.
We got some.
I mean, the whole team is liability in coverage. Why is 34 playing? He's a liability coverage. He's a safety.
That's true. He is. So here's another question that goes with it. It says, with Vince Williams out, what does the Steeler depth chart look like?
Nothing. They got dudes like me coming off the bench. I don't know who they got. Isn't like Ulysses? What's his name? Ulysses S. Grant. Is he? What is he doing?
Well, I think so. He practiced, but he's still on injured reserve. I don't understand that.
He's been on injured reserve the whole year.
He is.
What's going on?
Dude, he had like cracked vertebrae or something odd. It wasn't something like, hey, I strained this. We're talking like cracked vertebrae.
Dude, just put a heating pad on and get out there.
Rub you some Vicks on your chest, on the back. You're fine.
All he needs is put some of that Bengay BioFreeze on it, get it shot up, and get out there.
That's right. Just get out there, play.
I mean, dude, why was he practicing? If you can practice, you can play, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, they have to like activate him, right?
He was activated, but he's got some designation where he's practicing, but he's still on like a reserve list or something.
TJ, they don't have anybody else.
I know.
Like, I'm serious. They don't have anybody. They have nobody else. Who are they going to put there? That dude, if Avery Williams gets hurt, who are they going to put at the middle linebacker?
I think it's Marcus Allen.
There's no way. There's no way.
I think he's designated.
If I was Buffalo, what I would do is I put a guard tackle in the backfield, and if he's playing middle linebacker, I just give it to the tackle and be like, just run right at 27, and just mow him over every play.
See, this is we need those front three guys. We need Alu. I'll tell you what, I need to see something out of Tuitt.
You know what you're going to see? Oh, they can't even do that because they don't have. Because I don't think this 55 or whatever the hell his name is, Chickalo, Cassius Clay, 55. I don't know what his number is going to be. Tats. I'm just going to call him Tats from now on. Yeah. I don't think he could play.
No. So
they're going to have Elliott. I'm assuming they're going to bring up Elliott. They're going to have Olaf. They're gonna have
Highsmith,
and they're gonna have TJ. They can't do what they did with Bud because when they were playing some of those dudes in middle linebacker, you just can't do that because these guys suck. Besides TJ, like, what are you gonna do?
Tim, the standard is the standard.
What do you mean? What are you gonna do? You gonna suit up? Is Jerry Osowski still on the pregnant? Is he still coach?
I don't know. We're
put a neck roll on his ass and get him out there.
I don't know. We're getting a little thin. The ranks are getting thin.
TJ, I mean, what are you gonna do? Is there any way that you can kind of just make up something and say, no, he tested negative today, and crazy Williams is out there?
So I don't know if Vince, if he tested positive or if he was just within close contact to somebody.
There's nobody else that there's on the COVID list. There's somebody else that pop up on the COVID list, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that he was around a Steeler. He could have, his cousin could have had it or something. I mean, anybody.
Hey, Vinny, if that's the case, there's no way. That dude's too crazy to be around 1,000 people. He's just not. To me, that dude seems like he goes home, eats raw meat, watches film, maybe hits the bag when he gets home for a little bit, gets some more aggression out, and then he just goes to sleep. I don't know. To me, I don't know what they're going to do. You put 27 down there. Oh my, it's bad news. Bad news.
It is.
But here's my thing though. Like, why would you go into, if you're the Steelers, you got to have more than just two people. Right?
I agree.
Is there somebody that we don't know about that plays special teams? It's like some white dude is going to come out of nowhere. They're going to put in the middle.
Maybe.
Never heard of. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I may have to go look at some film tonight to see if there's any like ridiculously
give you a holler, Tim?
Ridiculously slow, like slow special teamers that I'm not.
How many, of your 4 plays, how long do you need to get into a game shape?
TJ, I'm not middle linebacker. I don't have middle linebacker mentality.
What mentality?
That's what you're asking. What?
What mentality? What do you think? What's that mentality?
What's that mentality of middle linebacker?
Yeah.
What mentality do I have?
Yes. Let's talk about, what do you think a middle linebacker needs?
You got to have a couple bolts just missing in your head, man, to be smashing your face up against people 24/7.
I'll try to see the depth chart for, they got Williamson. He's there. I'm looking at the depth chart here. Spillane is out.
I mean, yeah. That's they got to have. What does 99 play middle linebacker? Can he play middle linebacker? The crazy hair dude, Crayola?
I don't think so.
What about Crayon Box?
James Pierre, he's a cornerback. He doesn't play. John Houston. Do you know John Houston?
I bet you $1,000 that dude is a white dude. He's a white dude from a Mac school. I guarantee it.
You're probably right. Yeah, I'm looking. We got Jay Elliott. You mentioned Elliott.
Jay Elliott's an outside dude.
Yeah, he's outside. I'm just looking for linebackers.
Who is this? Justin Houston. Who's his name?
I don't know. You got Ola Adene.
That's Olaf. He's on the outside.
You got Tigray Scales.
Who?
You got Scales and Kuntz.
Who's Kuntz?
I don't know, but you're probably going to see him, Tim.
These are linebackers.
These are linebackers. Cassius Marsh. He's our latest and greatest.
Is this like a recent roster, or is this like a roster from like 1939?
Well, if it's got Marsh on there, it's recent, baby. Ulysses Gilbert. Yeah,
that dude.
He's on the reserve. He's still on reserve. I don't understand why.
He's like, he's not good, but I could trust him a little bit. They don't know what's the 2 dudes you named. What's the first guy's name?
Of the linebackers.
Yeah.
You got Scales and Kuntz.
Scales and Kuntz.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Scales. He's
how big are these dudes?
Not very big. 6 foot. What's the he's deactivated right now. So I'm guessing one of these guys may be brought up. Kuntz is on the practice squad as well.
Kuntz.
Yeah.
Kuntz. Is he from Iowa or something? Where's he from?
What do you think? He's got that Iowa sound. Let's see. Let me see if I can figure out where he's from. He is from let's see, Christian Kuntz. He's a white guy, 6'1", 227, from Duquesne.
Duquesne from Duquesne?
Yeah, our Duquesne. He graduated from Duquesne. He's a rookie. He's an undrafted rookie.
From Duquesne.
From Duquesne. Yeah.
The Harvard of Pittsburgh. Duquesne.
Yeah, that's not going to be boding well for us. That's for sure.
TJ, that's got to be a typo. Duquesne?
I'm just telling you right now.
Did they just pick him up? They're like, hey, dude, you played Duquesne for 3 years, so you can come in down here. Get your face against the wall.
He's a Duquesne guy, man. He is. Let me see real quick too. I don't think Tegray is white. He he is an undrafted he's an undrafted rookie too from Indiana.
Indiana.
It's not it's not IUP, thank God. He's 6', 227, 24.
227?
227.
6 foot 227. He's a middle linebacker?
Mm-hmm. Tim, those are close to your specs.
Something like that.
Those are close to your specs, Tim.
Something like that. 6 foot 225, 29, 230-ish.
Pretty close. I mean, it's pretty close,
dude.
right?
They're in a world of hurting. That everywhere it goes down.
Thin on the defense.
I may just turn off the game. I may turn off the game. But like Sunday night football's over for me.
We're a little thin on the defense. Let's see. Here we go. Here's another. So the Vince Williams depth chart question. We're in a lot of trouble. How many wins do you think the Steelers have to finish out the year?
One.
Who do they beat?
The Bengals, because they suck.
Yeah, they're bad. Bengals
are they're terrible. It's a bad football team.
They are.
I don't know, TJ. This type of game that I'm talking all this smack on the Steelers, and they'll go out and they'll drum Buffalo by 30, and I'll be like, we're all back. Guns are blazing. I'm like, Scales is the greatest guy I've ever seen in my life. This guy from Duquesne they got is something special. I'm getting his jersey next week. Bang, bang.
That's right. Yeah, I hear you. How about this? Here's a tough one. Would the Steelers ever consider getting rid of Fichtner?
I would have gotten rid of Fichtner. Not last year, not the year before, but the year before that. It'd be like, see you, get out of here, bye, toodaloo. What does he do?
I don't know. I can't even.
What does he do?
His press conferences.
What does he do?
I don't know.
What does when you hear him talk and you hear the D coordinator talk? What's his name? What's the D coordinator name? What's his name? Butler.
Yeah,
Butler sounds like Butler does sound like somebody from The Water Boy. Like,
he does.
The one coach is just like blah, 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 blah. Everybody's looking at him like that's what Butler sounds like. Fichtner, I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. What do you?
We have to have the two most unimpressive coordinators in the league.
I mean, just think about it, TJ. The defense has been pretty good for the past couple of years. Nobody's hiring. Nobody's hiring rocks in mouth. Nobody's hiring him. And Fichtner, I mean, Steelers offense is usually pretty good. Ain't nobody looking at Fichtner. We're like, nah, you guys can keep him.
Yeah, we're not. We got him.
I mean, come on, dude. No, these guys are. I would be kind of curious to see if they're going to let Matt Canada do a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe. I think what we're seeing now might be some of Canada's influence.
What do you mean?
All these short passes and jet sweeps and all this. I think this is a lot.
I saw when he was offensive coordinator for Pitt. They weren't throwing. They were running the ball. They were running the ball down teams' throats because their quarterback sucked. I mean, that's all they could do. I think that Nathan Peterman was their quarterback, and that dude, I don't even know how he must have pictures of somebody to be on the NFL roster. They ran the ball down people's throats. To me, Fichtner doesn't do anything. Canada doesn't do anything. Ben's the offensive coordinator, does what he wants.
He might be.
TJ, it's been like that for years. Ever since Fichtner took over, Ben calls all the plays. He does. Hate it what you want or not. Haley at least kind of kind of had a little bit of a lasso around Ben.
He did. I think he really extended Ben's career.
They're never going to get rid of these dudes.
No.
The only way they'll get rid of Fitchner is just, and I don't think they would ever got rid of. I don't think they ever would have got rid of Bruce Arians. I think that was Mr. the Rooney's doing. I don't think that was Tomlin's doing. So I don't think Tomlin will get rid of any of those dudes unless the Rooneys want them gone.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. No. I guess we'll see. Again, that's it for the Yinzer mailbag today. If you got any questions, any concerns, anything you'd like to share in the podcast, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com.
I got to quit. How the hell does Myles Garrett win in Walter Payton Man of the Year?
I have no idea.
I mean,
I have no idea.
I don't.
That is the world we live in today. I have no idea.
What do you mean? I mean, he hit it. I mean,
I have no idea.
He was jerk face. I mean, but still, I mean,
you can't take a helmet and assault somebody with, I mean, it's a weapon. You can't do that.
That would like saying, hey, Tim, you're winning Arnold Schwarzenegger Man of the Year from Arnold Classic. That ain't happening. No. It just doesn't happen.
We have a double standard that I don't understand. You have people where it's a cancel culture, one and done. Somebody could have done something 20 years ago and people were telling them to get rid of them. And then you got guys like this, Myles Garrett, and it's like he assaulted somebody with a helmet. And I understand, I'm a Grace guy. I get it. I understand you want to give people chances, but you can't have both things. You got to pick one or the other.
I know. And I'm sure he's done good for, what he does in the community stuff. I think he does. He's pretty good with it. But still, you hit a dude in the face with a helmet. Yeah. At least you could have gave it like a couple years. I mean, it's the following year. It's not even a year. I don't think it's a year later. No. Just give it. I would have given it, maybe next year, Myles. We promise you we'll give it to you. Let's take a pass on this one. I just don't get it.
I don't either. I think it drives me nuts. I think some of the stuff, I mean, I'm still disappointed in the NFL with the Antonio Brown thing again. You have a lady on record that says, I would press charges, but I'm afraid of the retaliation. And they refuse to do anything. I don't understand that.
Why are you scared? It doesn't seem like Antonio Brown's just I wouldn't be trembling in my boots against Antonio. I think, I don't think I could take him. I'm too old.
Well, I think he's got a crazy button. Tim, unless you're willing to get crazy.
TJ, I have a crazy button too.
You do.
TJ, DirecTV, if you would have saw me with DirecTV, you'd be like, this dude has a crazy button.
Yeah, but I mean,
when my boobs are hanging out the window, pushing on a dish, but it's 104 outside of the black, you'd be like, this dude has a crazy button. That's me.
Yeah, but I don't think when I say a crazy button, I'm talking like getting into a physical altercation.
TJ, I almost gone to physical altercation with a dish. With a dish. Not a person, a dish.
That's true. Well, you could probably take a dish.
I think that dish has me in its TJ. That's the sad part. That dish has had me in its back pocket for years. Guess what? That spray that I told me to put the spray on? It doesn't work anymore. That dish laughs in my face. We had a snow a couple weeks ago. It snowed barely at all. Guess what I had to do? My man boobs were hanging out the window, brushing off the dish.
With the broom.
Because the dish has me in its back pocket. The dish just goes, hey, I want to see how I can screw with Tim today. Well, let me put a little snow on me. I think the dish is putting snow on itself. It's coming up, it's looking at me, and it seems like it's that's a true story. This was a couple weeks ago where the dish did have snow on it, and my boob is hanging out the window. And I don't know if it's me getting fatter or me getting smaller or my body starting to shrink. That dish seemed like it was getting further away. Like the dish is it's playing with me. The dish is going, come on, fat boy. You can't reach me now. It's taunting me to get on the roof because I know it's going to happen. I get on the roof, that dish, I'm going to grab it. the bolt's going to come flying off, and there goes Tim off the roof. Tim breaks every vertebrae in his back. And it's going to be like, Dish is going to be laying next to me going, Dish 1, Tim 0.
Probably.
I know it. Dude, I'm telling you, it was snowing. That dish, I was sweating trying to get and I had no shirt on either. I was sweating trying to get the snow off that dish. That's how mad I was. And I know that dish, like, it should have moved. It was the same broom that I've used for years. And I'm going, this dish is a little bit further away. Like it moved to the east, like a foot. I'm like, man. I'm telling you that, yeah, Tim has a button. Me and Antonio Brown, you put him out on the roof as the dish, and me, it's a close. So that's a coin toss in Vegas.
Maybe. So why didn't you spray it while you were up there?
TJ, I didn't actually get on the roof. I'm out my window. TJ, I can't get on that roof. You out of your mind. You out of your gore. TJ, if I got on that roof, I'd probably immediately freeze up, and Melissa would have to call the fire department to get me off the roof. Can you imagine a fireman try to talk me down off a ladder?
Can you imagine him carrying you off that roof?
They couldn't. What fireman are you gonna carry me? That ladder would be screaming.
That's gonna be an angry fireman to carry you off that roof.
That ladder would instantly just melt like butter. No matter what happens.
Would you be brave enough to do, like, if they bring out the old what is it, the old trampoline thing that they catch people with? Would you give that a
jump? Yeah. Jumping like they're holding it down like in the cartoons. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it. I
first have to survey the area to see who's actually holding that thing. If I look down and I see a bunch of Melissas, if I even see Melissa holding one corner, there ain't a chance in God's creation I'm jumping. Yeah, I know as soon as I'm in midair, she's gonna be like, "Oh, this fell out of my hands." I mean, there has to be a bunch of burly guys down there. I mean, I'm talking bare minimum weight of those dudes all have to be about 240 for me to even think about jumping into something like that. You're out of your mind. Somebody would have to build, like, I think somebody would spend all day building like actual stairs, like long, big stairs from the ground up to the roof for me to just be able to walk down the stairs.
You're just going to hang out up on the roof. They could just throw some snacks to you while you're waiting.
I don't even know. I don't think I'd go after the snacks. I'd just be frozen. Like when you see an animal just like frozen somewhere, when I get in heights, TJ, I just don't move. I'm scared to breathe because I start thinking in my head going, well, if I move, I'm going to fall down the roof. But if I breathe, my weight is going to cave in the roof. It come down. I just don't. To me, it was like I have to be angry, like past the point of me being like rationally thinking to even climb a ladder. Like we had an ice dam on the bottom part of my roof.
Yeah.
The only reason I climbed that ladder and was banging the ice off the roof, I knew on the bottom we had like 47 inches of snow. So if I fell, I at least I had snow down there, and I was gonna, I'd hurt something, but I had a lot of snow to kind of just whoosh into. But the only reason I was so irate, I was like, I had no other option. It was like one of those things where it was a weekend and nobody was coming out to do it. So it was either like there was going to be a fountain running in my house, or I had to actually like kind of go chip the ice. So I had my manhood basically challenged. Like it was like I had to do something, or my wife would have my wife was going to go out there and do it. And I was like, I just can't have you do that.
So does your wife do that? Will she do stuff like that you refuse to do?
Depends what it is. I don't think she'd get on the roof. I don't think she'd get on the roof and go 10 rounds with the dish.
Now she's done electrical work for you, right?
She's done some stuff like that. I mean, she hasn't like wired the house. She's hung up a ring or something.
So why didn't you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna answer to it, dude. I don't know. It's not me. It's not my deal. I'm not a building guy. I'm gonna pay somebody to do that guy.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, yeah, me and heights are not the.
Yeah, pay some guy to get up there and mess with that dish.
Ain't nobody going up there when it's 100. I did. I eventually did. I did the dude that did our roof to come back and mess with the dish. But ain't nobody coming up on that roof when it's TJ, come on. I'm gonna call some dude like, hey dude, can you wipe the dish off?
Oh, please.
Can you wipe the dish off? I mean, seriously. He's like, yeah, I'll be there in 4 hours. So I'm be sitting there with no TV for 4 hours because direct TV, if you get a spitting of snow on the dish, it cuts out.
You gotta call Greg. Greg can come and do it for you. Greg from
I'm sure Greg have seen snow before over there in Shangri-La, wherever he's at.
Shangri-La. Well, that's the Yinzer mailbag tonight. If you got any questions, any comments, email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. And hopefully you get on this national juggernaut of a podcast. I got to say, our numbers are growing, which is shocking to me.
I mean, people like the bag on the head. I told some people said, you should just do that permanently. I said, hey, what is that supposed to mean?
I don't understand. I mean, you're a good looking man. I don't understand why.
I think I'm gloriously looking. I mean,
Melissa, she's a lucky woman. That's good that you checked. So Tim, here's the big name. What's your score prediction for the Steelers-Bills game?
Okay. What's the score prediction? In my mind and my head, I think Buffalo's going to win. But I go back to last year. The Buffalo Bills barely beat a Steeler team, and they had Duck at quarterback. So it tells me with Ben, there's no way they can lose this game. Because this is a typical everybody just shooting down the Steelers, telling them how bad they are, and they just come out and they just light somebody up. And I think Steelers always play ridiculously good on primetime. When the Knights are on the only game on TV at night, they usually play good ball. But then they're looking at say 3 games in 12 days. I'm going to say, you know what? I think they're going to handle business. I think it's something like 31-17.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to say 21-17. 21-13. 27-13. 27-13 Steelers. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to be. Okay. Tim, anything else you'd like to add to the podcast before we sign off?
Be a lot of that Sunday.
That's right. You need it. Maybe mix it into a smoothie or something.
Good call.
Maybe. You never know.
I don't know. I mean, it's like a lip balm. So if I do that, I'd probably die. I probably would be on the roof talking to the dish. You'd be like, "It's Tim."
Again, I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we're the Yinzer Bros. Don't forget, if you like what you hear, spread the word, pass it along, give it to your family, your friends. We appreciate it. Look again for the Steelers Bills post game dropping Sunday night, early Monday morning.
There's no way we're doing that Sunday night.
Oh, you're right. It'll be Monday morning. Yeah, Monday.
Yeah,
it's Monday midday.
I mean, it might be. I'm not going to say never's never for Sunday night because I could be. I may just, if we did the podcast, I may just do it live. It'd be me, you, and the dish. I may be on the roof.
That could be.
Let's do this on the roof.
So you'll get one, folks, at some point beginning of next week. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Again, we're the Yinzer Bros. We love you guys. Stay classy, Pittsburgh. Let's go Steelers. Get back on the winning track.
We still number 1 out here. All right.